Hey everybody, it's Chris
and Joan
from Chris and Jones Travel. Hey, we're here at the Bacardi factory in Puerto Rico today. We're going to try to get a little videoing in and give you guys a little tour of what we're going to get to see. Hope you enjoy it. So right now, we're at the Visitor Center parking lot. And we're going to walk over. I guess we get a complimentary drink after we get here. This is where you enter. And cool, they got a little bar outside to start, a bunch of barrels, a couple windmills which don't look like they're working. A new mural, it looks like, what they told us. Repainting the building. So now we're getting ready to go check in for our tour. Our tour is at 12:30. I believe you check in at the ticket area and then they send you over and you get a drink and you wait until it's your turn for the bus ride. We'll see how this goes. Hello.
Welcome to Casa Bacardi. You got a reservation. Sorry for two. Only vaccination card or negative COVID test, not ID.
Very good so far.
Perfect. The best.
All right, good.
Will. Woo! And we go. I know, my companions are crazy.
That's good.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's part of it, right?
Right, gotta make
Supposed to
it
have fun.
Gotta deal with us gringos all the time. You gotta have fun.
So this doesn't feel like work.
Right, exactly.
You need a blender if I can blend better than that.
Any cold thing. I get a pretty flower.
Alright, thank you. There we go. Gotta see that face. Salud, thank you.
Okay, so here we are. It's 12:30. We're heading out to our party. The party bus. I'm recording that. Woohoo, Charlie. What are you doing? Oh. So here's the trolley. I guess we're sitting up front, is what she has decided. Here we go, getting ready for our trolley, our Bacardi tour on the trolley. And Joni picked the very front.
Yeah, so we can hear the guy, because he's gonna be on TV.
He's gonna be on TV?
YouTube.
That's right, you didn't take those two seats.
And if I could, I would. That's the man.
Didn't say we had to put a mask on, did we?
Maybe not. What is it on?
Where are you from?
California.
California, nice, cool. I love Northern California, you know it, right? You're already used to that Caribbean summer, well.
Yeah.
Not really. Much as I might think I am. Glamour shots. Okay, we're just
Me faltan dos.
Se están tirando fotos en el barrio. Déjame tirar por el micrófono.
and away we go.
Fans, can you hear me nice and loud in the back? Good? Perfect. Welcome to beautiful Catania, Puerto Rico. But most of all, welcome to Casa Bacardi. My name is Ed, and I'm going to be your mixology tour guide right here. The brand specialist named Ed, amazing Ed. But first and foremost, guys, just a couple of safety rules. Please keep your hands and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Also, remain with your mask on unless you're getting a drink on. We'll try to keep each other safe and have a good time, alright? Next, no smoking or vaping is permitted throughout the facility. Remember, we're in an active alcohol manufacturing environment, which means that if we smoke we're not supposed to, we might blow up. No, I'm just kidding. No, but if you don't have a strong urge to smoking, there's a smoking area right here to my right-hand side. To the left is the pavilion, our emergency meeting spot. Why the pavilion? Well, because that's where the bar is, of course. Now, with that said and that out of the way, let me tell you about the who, what, when, and where everything got started. Our story begins with our founder, Facundo Bacardi Maso, who innovated the rum-making process and established our company on February 4th, 1862 in Santiago de Cuba. 74 years later, in 1936, we established our first facility in San Juan, Puerto Rico, Old San Juan. Conveniently enough, we look to our right-hand side, you'll spot the beautiful bay of Old San Juan along with the iconic Fort El Morro, which took 250 years to finish construction, and it's about to turn 500 years old. That's right, 500 years of history in those cobblestone streets. Now, This place, in 1958, when we moved production to our current facility, Catania, Puerto Rico, we're standing right here, right now. This place is 127 acres large. Also, those American football fans out there, that is 96 football fields. That's right, 96 football fields of pure Bacardi, rum-making paradise. To the left is the pavilion, which we came from. It was designed by famous Spanish architect Felix Candela. It was inaugurated for the 100th anniversary of the company. From this angle, you might appreciate the fact that it looks like the shape of a bat in flying motion. But if you don't see anything right now, just wait till the end of the tour. You might be seeing something move, alright? So, reaching our first stop, which is the Bacardi Family Museum, where we'll be learning a little bit more about the Bacardi history and how our amazing rum is made. So as soon as they come to a full-hand stop, please exit to your right-hand side and follow me inside.
We're supposed to follow Ed in.
After you.
Thank you, sir. Ooh. Little Bacardi barrels. I want one.
So guys, once again, my name is Ed. You are welcome to take pictures. Hi. You're welcome to take pictures. Post them on Instagram. Especially if I'm in them. That's right. The amazing tour guide. Welcome. If I'm in them, it's all the better, right? Oh, Casa Bacardi, PR, Instagram. You know it now. So, talking about family, this right here is the Bacardi Family Museum, where the Bacardi family members meet and celebrate all the anniversaries of the company. And this is the Bacardi family tree, which stretches all the way up to the 5th generation. In reality, it's actually much larger with members of the 6th and 7th generation. But they're not here for privacy and security purposes. But I really want to highlight two names, two very important names. First, Facundo Bacardi Maso. And I want to take a second here because I want to mention, my friends, it's not Bacardi or Cardi B. It's Bacardi, right? Right. No Bacardi, right? So now you know when you see your friend saying Bacardi. No, my friend. It is not. My good friend Ed told me it's Bacardi. So, with that said, next up on this list is Amalia, Lucia, Victoria, Moron, our father's wife. You might be asking, why is she important? Well, she used to have a wealthy godmother who unfortunately passed away due to cholera, which was rampant around those times in Cuba. So she left Amalia with a vast amount of money. And with that money, she invested everything in her husband's drink, becoming the very first Bacardi investor. With that money, they purchased the very first distillery right here in Santiago de Cuba. This was the inside of the distillery. Unfortunately, this building is no longer standing since it did catch fire. But they rebuilt it into what you can see right here. This is the outside of the distillery in Santiago de Cuba. In 1936, we established our first facility here in Puerto Rico, the Ochoa Building. Has anybody been to Old San Juan? Cool. If you're not, have you seen, there's the bay, the dock where all the cruise lines are. If you keep walking, you'll spot a CVS. It's huge, you can't miss it. It's like a supermarket. Right? Like, yeah, it's a supermarket. Right next to it, it's in Fort Locker. Right here. That's right, you can purchase new shoes at previous establishments. So if you're in Old San Juan and you spot that Fort Locker, take your phone out take a selfie and say this word. Oh, got started here in Puerto Rico. I love it. It's a little bit of history right there because all San Juan is filled with history everywhere. And we have our own little, spot there as well. In 1958, we moved production to our current location, Cataño, Puerto Rico. Here we make 85% of the Bacardi rum sold worldwide. The other 13% is made in Mumbai, in Mexico, and the 1% is made in Mumbai, India. So, now that being said, Bacardi has spread its wings far and wide, encompassing brands like Grey Goose Vodka, Martinez Rossi, Patron Tequila, Doers Whiskey, Angel's Envy Whiskey, many, many more, with over 250 brands to their name. One of the biggest premium spirits companies in the world. You might have spotted as well the bats everywhere. It's here in this canvas, it's around the buildings, there's a little bar here, it's my cool shirt as well. Which begs the question, why is a trademark a bat? I'll toss it to you guys. Do you have any idea why?
No, in Santiago, established near a bat cave.
That was near a bat cave. So, okay. What? That's the guano. The first person I ever had has mentioned guano. I like that. No, my friends, no. Nice guess, but no. It's actually all thanks to Amalia as well, because she was walking one day around the original distillery right here when she noticed a nest of fruit bats in the rafters of the building. Why were they there? They were attracted to the sweetness of the molasses that they were working with. Now, Amalia saw this as a good omen because to the Taino, Spanish, and Cuban cultures, the bat signified three things: good health, good fortune, and family unity. Here we are 160 years later, still going strong, and still family's home. So, it was also a brilliant marketing strategy because a lot of people in those times in Cuba were illiterate, which meant they couldn't read or write very well. But they couldn't really read Bacardi on the bottle, but they could surely identify a bat. So they would walk through any man on the bar, like, hey bartender, give me the rum of the bat. And every single time they get served Bacardi rum. To this day, you can walk to any bar and ask for a rum del murciélago, the rum of the bats. You get served Bacardi, my friends. So, that said, let's talk about Facundo Bacardi Maso, the man, the myth, the legend. That's right. He's the guy, he's our guy, the one who revolutionized the rum making process and turned the rum world on its head. I'll be wondering how he did that. Well, Facundo was a genius. He noticed the poor were drinking vodka and the wealthy were drinking gin. Gin being very botanical, and vodka high proof, which meant that they were less likely to get sick. But Facundo saw a gap in the market. The middle class, the growing middle class where he came from. So he decided to cater to it. But first he had to work with rum because the rum that was available back then is not what you see now. It was very pungent, very harsh, and bitter. It was also a bit of a gamble. It might have been 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%, who knows, right? So you're taking your chances. But Facundo changed that for 10 long years into what's called the decade of experimentation. He tried different bases, ingredients, and methods. As if you walk over here, you'll see the pot still that he actually used. This is a replica of the very same one he used all the way back in 1862. This is where distillation takes place. It is the same process. You need a heating element. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just in time for the distillation chapter of our story, right? So this is, guys, this is where distillation takes place. You need a heating element in the bottom, and then it starts to warm up the liquid that's inside, which we'll talk about in a minute. The first thing to evaporate is the alcohol, which rises as a vapor through these parts right here and loses a lot of the unwanted components, like methanol, which is highly poisonous. It then rises and passes through the condenser, where it cools off and turns back into a liquid. Finally passing through the filter. What Facundo was left with at the end was a rum that was perfect in flavor and aroma, but with a light body. And what's most important as well is that it was consistent every single time. Gone were those days of 30, 40, or 50, right? It was consistent every single time. That same rum went on to win many accolades and awards, like the one you see right here from France Bordeaux, where the company discovered the distillation, where the company discovered those distillation columns that we use to this day. It's the same process, but allows for a larger scale production. Over there, in the little corner, you might spot those gold medals in that little red box. Those are the gold medals, they back all the way to the 1800s. What's really cool is that you actually might spot them on our bottles, because they're on our labels. Right here in the bottom of the label, you might spot those gold medals. And in between, it's the Spanish coat of arms, which was given to us by the Queen of Spain, along with the title Bacardi, El Rey de los Rones, El Ron de los Reyes, which means Bacardi, the King of Rums, the Rum of Kings. So how about we kings and queens here try the King of Rums? Yeah? All right, so go ahead and reach for a glass, my friends. One per person. I am watching you all. That's one per person.
Oh, okay, I'll just take that.
And then one.
So friends, what we have right here is a very special expression of rum. That's how I got the special reserve. This has been aged 8 to 12 years in a winemaker old barrel, and then finished it off with 4 weeks in a Chevy Oloroso cask in Jerez, España, which gives it that amazing richness. If you smell it, you might appreciate those notes of maple, right? A little bit of butterscotch in there as well. Get some caramels. It's an amazing expression, and it's just nice to enjoy it for special occasions, anniversaries, wedding days. It's incredibly smooth and incredibly rich. So it's one of our favorites here at Casa Amalia, of course. It's the exclusive rum of Casa Amalia. You won't find it anywhere else. You'll find it in a liquor store, a supermarket, or an airport here. No, it's only available here. No curbside pickup either, guys. So it's only available right here. It's hand bottled every single day by my primos and primas. This is the only bottle that we actually bottle here, because we bottle in Jacksonville, Florida. We put them all our rum in stainless steel tanks, and then we ship them to Florida. We bottle there. We bottle about 600 bottles a minute. It's a lot of rum. But this one is hand bottled, hand waxed, and hand stamped every single day right here.
Is there a proper way to drink rum?
There's a proper way to drink rum. That's absolutely true. Go ahead and reach for a glass. Are we missing any? No? Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys. First and foremost, we hold the glass by the stem or the plates. Why? Because we don't want to warm it up. Also, we want to look at it. It's nice. Look at how nice it looks, right? Appreciate the color. And we're gonna swirl it around so we can see the body. You see those little tears? So the tears or the legs of the rum, little drips. See how it's taking its time. You can tell now that this is a very heavy bodied rum. And the way we smell it, well, we tilt it and then we look at it like a clock. 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then we put our nose, try this, put your nose, tip of your nose at 6 o'clock. Smell. That's harsh, right? That's what we're not supposed to smell, guys. I know that was mean, right? So now, for comparison's sake, now put the tip of your nose at 12 o'clock and see the difference. She's like, wow, I know, right? It's a lot sweeter and richer, right? You appreciate those notes of caramel, vanilla as well. It's amazing. So, how do you sip it? Well, this is sipping rum, of course. It's not a shot. So, we take the first sip. Oh, no, you're good. I saw you. You're good. She's like, she's like,
I'm done.
She had her moment. She's like, oh my goodness. But it's all good. So go ahead, take the first sip, and then after you get that shock out of the way, then you take that second sip, and then that's when it really opens up, right? So go ahead, my friend. Salud. Now, to really understand what's happening here in our glass, we need to understand how rum is made, because rum needs, for the first step in the rum making process is called fermentation. And we need 3 key ingredients to start fermentation. Do we know these 3 key ingredients? Yeast, that's right, sugar. You're on the spot, like, have you done this before? Oh my goodness, that's cheating, okay? That's cheating.
What'd you say?
Like I'm cheating, they're chemical engineers.
Oh.
That's just cheating. Oh my goodness. That's right. And I thought it was a fair playing field, right? No. So
They're gonna school you.
yeah, my friends.
We're taking a class on brewing.
Oh, I brew beer in my home. It's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, so my friends, it's just like, very similar to brewing beer. We need water, yeast, and a certain type of sugar. It's not just sugar, it's a byproduct of the cane sugar, but it's the molasses. It's once we extract the sugar cane juice, or guarapo, like we like to call it in Puerto Rico, what we're left with is the molasses. We need the water to dilute that molasses so the yeast can swim in there freely. Because if we put yeast in molasses, it's going to die. It's too thick. So we need the water to dilute it so that our yeast can have a fun time. Once that takes place and fermentation is complete, what we're left with is called distiller's beer. Distiller's beer is not the beer you see in the supermarket. No, a little bit higher alcohol, about 14%-ish. And then with that liquid is what we put inside the pot still things, or alambique, like we like to call it. That pot still, remember I was talking about distillation? Well, that distiller's beer, that's what we distill, of course, hence the name. But once we do that process a single time, we get our aguardiente. You see how kind of know without reading the label what it is? Okay, because this is really heavy body, and just by swirling it around, I can tell this is aguardiente. Very heavy body, very flavorful as well, and very aromatic. 85% alcohol by volume right here. That's right, that's pretty high. That's harder than most things you see right there in the supermarket. But if we do that same process 5 separate times, we get out of destilado right here. Light flavor, almost no aroma, a lot of alcohol in there. You smell it. It's really high proof. 94% alcohol by volume. That's right. So like, if you guys know what Everclear is?
Yes.
If you don't know, don't find out.
Yes.
Don't find out.
Flammable.
I hear you. I see you guys had some flashback of bad decisions. Right. So my friends, this right here, this is Bacardi. This is Bacardi. Because all our rums are a blend of these two bases right here. That's right. What do we do with these two? We filtered them. And then we aged them separately in white American oak barrels like the one you see right here. Why white American oak? Because our founder, Facundo, found that white American oak was the perfect wood because it was hard and porous. And let that rum really breathe and absorb all the flavors that the barrel had to offer. So once we've aged these two bases, we send them to our expert team of blenders. These are the rock stars of the rum making process. You guys will enjoy it because they're all probably biochemists and all that good stuff, right? They've been working here forever. Our last master blender is called Joe Gomez. He's the one that made this expression to be exclusive for Casa Bacardi. So they take these two bases, they start mixing and matching in the blending facility to find the profile that they're looking for. So in simple terms, they might go like, start mixing and they taste it, they smell it, and they're like, oh, look at that, it looks like Bacardi Añejo 4. It smells like Bacardi Añejo 4, and it tastes like Bacardi Añejo 4. We got it! Once they have that formula, they send it to the facility to be produced on a larger scale. What am I telling you with this? There's no written recipe for Bacardi rum. That's right, no recipe. We couldn't. All our warehouses are not weather controlled, or our barrels are exposed to the elements, which means the one on the top might taste completely different than the one on the bottom. So it's up to those master blenders to detect those differences and then still make a product that matches that profile that they're looking for. Right? So it's a craft. It's all about human hands, human taste, right? So that's why they're so respected here. It's a very sacrificed life. They have a very restricted diet. They can't have coffee. Like, I wouldn't want to be that. If I can't have coffee, oh my goodness. No. So that's why even more respect for friends. They have very restricted diets. They can't get drunk there when we're working. Of course, they just taste the spirit. So it's a very cool job as well, but it's very sacrificed. So now that we know a little bit about fermentation and distillation, how I show you where it all happens here in Casa Bacardi. Good? So you guys are not kidding around because all the glasses are right here. Right? So if there's any glasses left, go ahead and place them right here. And let's head on to the trolley and I'll show you where all that takes place.